late, but we here. So you guys coming to join us. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and make sure to hit the like button because we always go on live on every 3 days out of the week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 o'clock Eastern time, as we always do. Your boy Ronnie, he's actually taking a flight right now, New York back to Miami, so he won't be able to be here today. By the time our show is over, he will be landing. So, like I said, the show must go on. He'll be back on Wednesday for Open Panel Wednesday. We're gonna get to going. So, man, Hakeem, man, how you feeling on this wonderful Monday?
I feel great, man. I'm living, I'm breathing. I'm just trying to just stay positive.
I feel you, man.
What about you?
Same over here, man. I will return to work in the next couple of days. I ain't gonna lie, man. It went fast, faster than I thought it would be. But hey, man, I'm ready to go back to work and do what I need to do. And other than that, it's a beautiful day in LA. It's sunny side of LA over here. I cannot complain whatsoever.
That's
Whatsoever.
beautiful to hear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, we see Ken, dog. We see you, brother. We see you. We see you. Glad you guys, you always, Kendall, you coming every day, man. We just want to show thank you so much for the support you always do, because you rarely miss. And if you do miss, you watch us, when we're not on live, you watch the backside of it and everything.
Mhm.
You always hit up the comments and everything, so we appreciate you. Oh, Ashton's in the building.
Ashton Wayne.
Yeah, same stuff every day. We see it, man. We see it. What else you guys know? Oh, shout out to Bobby Bryan. She's in the building.
Bobby, how you doing?
Always showing love. Always showing love. We appreciate it. We got you guys know we're gonna get straight to the topics as we always do. Got a couple of topics that we always have for you. Like I said, put it in the chat how you feel, how you talk, but that's right. Let's get right into it. So the first topic of today, there was a viral video of a TikToker slash OnlyFans saying that Biden administration has paid her to spread propaganda online and everything. So those of you who don't know, not just from the Democrats or the Republicans, now you see that these administrations are starting to not to try to get musicians and everything or entertainers. Now since social media is so big, they want to talk to the influencers that's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and also OnlyFans too, so they can spread their campaign around if they can, their propaganda online and everything. And I found this really interesting too, because I kind of figure if the politicians are going to take the next steps of not going to these music or entertainers, they're going to start going to these influencers so they can spread their propaganda and everything. And I found that very, very interesting. So we do have a clip for you guys that we're going to show. Then after that, we're going to chop it right up. Go ahead, Akeem.
So you were in school. You were still in college when you started as a TikTok person, right? Or you started OnlyFans when you were in school too?
No, I started TikTok like the spring semester of my senior year, and I was like, fuck, I finally have to start applying for law school. And then female privilege, life is so easy for a, woman. Obviously, I lucked out. I'm just kidding. I lucked out. And then, TikTok was basically full time for me. I think I was taking ads by the time I graduated college from the Biden administration and Planned Parenthood and dating apps and stuff. So it was fully financially sustaining.
So you were
me.
getting the Biden administration was buying ads from you?
Yeah, I was doing full on political propaganda.
And they would really with what kind of Biden created 10 million jobs this year?
Yeah, honestly. And the funny thing is they're like, do not disclose this is an ad because, they're like, technically it's not a product. So you don't have to disclose it's an ad. Because I think they just wanted some edgy girl of color to just tell people when they nominated Ketanji Brown Jackson, they're like, can you say as a person of color, that you feel reflected? And it's a white woman emailing this to me, and she's giving me this script, and I'm like, no. And she's like, please. And I'm like, no, I'll talk about the news of it, but I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna have a white person tell me to be this is how I feel as a person of color. It's just so, I think that black pilled me slightly on political propaganda
so
stuff.
The Biden administration sees, here's this young,
yeah, I mean they use a conduit. It's not you know what I mean. It's not Biden, but it's a third party. You know what I mean? It's like a media company that's doing it on his behalf. I'm not blaming him for this.
Yeah, and the message is because you're a dark skinned woman, you will be inspired by Ketanji Brown Jackson and all the kids should support her.
Yeah, they're like basically as like another black person, just say that like you feel reflected by Ketanji. I'm like, no, I'll talk about like Ketanji's background and her accomplishments, but like I never,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I'll never, I'm not gonna say like the corny stuff. Even if it was a brown person emailing it to me, I'm like, no, that's not like how I feel. Like I don't look at like Ketanji and feel like, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so you were in school. You were.
Shout out to Natasha. She
Natasha.
was out last week, but she's back in. I know she was busy last week, but she's back. She's back. She's back. Ronnie, he's on a flight. Ronnie, he was in New York for the weekend, and right now he's still on a plane. So by the time he lands, that's when we end the show. So, but like I said, he'll be back on Wednesday, as usual. But yeah, Hakeem, I'm gonna read some of the comments that people saying on the clip that we saw. One comment says, "I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. Why would the most popular president in U.S. history with over 81 million votes need to do this?" Another comment says, "Is this illegal? Feels slimy for sure, but if it's legal, Democrats are just better at spreading their narrative. Politicals is an ugly game." Let me see if I can find another comment. Oh, one comment. This is kind of funny. He said, if Trump did this, he said he'll probably have another 300 indictments on himself. And then one more comment says, proof that Biden doesn't have a vote base. Nothing is organic with him. So there's only a couple of comments that we see. But yeah, Hakeem, what's your take about, the Biden administration, now it's starting to go to these influencers, TikTokers, and OnlyFans and Instagram influencers?
Yeah, so I thought this was like clout chasing. Like when she started talking, I was like, yeah, this is about that bullshit. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody, but Biden don't have to pay when he has the whole United States on lock. So like that was weird. But that's really all I could say. You know what I'm saying? And she says, and I was like, she's a dark skinned woman. I was thinking that, oh, how you doing, Joe? Don't hurt him.
So, Joe.
She said she's a dark skinned woman. I say she more or less looked like an Indian girl to me.
Exactly.
I was like, you're like, what you mean you claiming our beautiful black sisters? So that was just wild.
Yeah. Personally for me, it is what it is. TV's in the building. We salute you, brother.
So
Got you. It is what it is. For me, Hakeem, this is what I believe. I believe the Biden administration, I think they're getting very, very desperate because as you see in the polls are very, very low for Joe Biden and everything. So I think that, they're really, the administration, they're really stretching out because, like I said, even though, Trump got all these, all these lawsuits and, everybody, in New York and everything, getting that situation and everything. I feel like, but people are still, loving them and everything, all, from different races and everything in America. So they down to him, going for Trump. But Joe Biden, man, I feel like he is trying to stretch and everything, trying to get stretched in any possible way so he can try to get some votes. And I really feel like, Joe Biden is really trying to reach out for the influencers, to really, spread the word and everything, try to get the vote back and everything. Because like I said, he's desperate for votes. He's very, very desperate for votes. And I really do believe that, the Democrats will do any possible way to try to spread the word out, for propaganda. Because like I said, man, the elections are right around the corner. We got the summertime and it hits right on the fall. So, and then the thing is like, I know the debate's going to come up pretty soon. I can't wait for that. Cannot wait for that. That's going to be hilarious. But yeah, for her, with that dark skin comment, like, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I don't, because you don't look that dark skinned for me. I think she was just trying to push that in, like spur that out, because I don't know why. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, personally for me, Biden is desperate and they trying to get the votes as best ways as possible. Even they got to stretch to these influencers. They're gonna try to do their best, especially on I don't know about TikTok. We don't know I don't know if he's gonna ban it this week or anything, but like Facebook, Instagram, I think he's trying to stretch it out. For sure.
No, definitely.
Say Jordan Horn said so close, he's desperate now. You're like, yeah.
Yep.
He's very desperate.
Hey, this shit gonna be a landslide, man. We gonna be red again.
This might be one of the top heaviest election in history because it's just I never see a worse president to be so low, and then Trump coming back. It's because this is the first time we've ever seen when a president he lost a term. I mean, he was out for a term, then he comes back. Because usually, we see presidents either they'll win both terms or they lose a term and never get a second term back. For I know in history.
Shout outs to Kiki. What's up, Kiki? Your favorite Kiki?
Hey, Kiki. Kiki's in the building.
Listen, I love her country accent. I love her country accent, girl.
Well, yeah, can you final thoughts before we go to the next topic?
Vote for Trump.
All right, we're gonna switch to the next topic. I'm gonna go to the third topic because go something juicy. So so this is interesting. Interesting. So remember we talking about I just said is that with the Diddy situation that they're gonna make like a documentary from him.
Mm-hmm.
And needless to say, TMZ is building a documentary for the fall of Diddy. They actually make a documentary. They start. A trailer came out and a day or two ago. I'm like, oh wow, it went so quickly and everything. So yeah, man, it's not looking good for Diddy right now because I'm kind of surprised that TMZ will make this. But the thing is, I'll add more to it. But we do have a couple of clips. Can you play the one clip I said, the trailer, and then play the Aubrey Day one, and after that we'll chop it up after that. Exactly, Ashton is already. They already made it already. That's crazy.
These allegations are the new normal for Diddy.
And that's the focus of the new TMZ special, The Downfall of Diddy, now on Tubi. It includes several interviews, including surprising comments from Suge Knight talking about the star.
I'm not the type of guy to cheer for people's downfall. And if somebody get killed or something happens to them, I'm not going to pop champagne bottles. And if I have a problem with Puffy, that's for him and I to sit down in a room and resolve it. So for the tragedy on both sides, the victims to him, that's definitely not nothing to cheer about.
Our joining us now is Harvey Levin. Harvey, I mean, I think that, when I first heard about this, it was pretty shocking, but we did hear about a lot of allegations involving P. Diddy throughout the years. I mean, so I guess in some circles it wasn't all that surprising.
It wasn't surprising in most circles. People have talked about this for a long, long time. And the opposite of talking about it is what's going on now. Hollywood is radio silent on Diddy. It is really shocking. The people talking are Aubrey O'Day, who has been talked to us and really said some pretty shocking things. And people like Suge Knight, who we got in prison, which he surprised me. But when you look at all the big stars, I mean, he had everybody coming to his parties. None of them are talking. None of them are speaking out. They're not supporting him. They're not going after him. They're saying nothing. And one of the things we get into is, why is that? And I think it's a combination of people wanting to see which way the wind is blowing. And maybe also the fact that, Diddy had a lot of these parties that a lot of them went to, and there may be some concern among some of them.
Well, I know one of the allegations was that he had cameras set up in each room of his home. When I first heard about this, it honestly did remind me a lot of the allegations that happened against Jeffrey Epstein and the tentacles there. He protected and insulated by a lot of very famous and very powerful people.
I think that's right, Jen. And again, you know, there may be people who are afraid just because they were at parties. It doesn't mean they did anything bad. But, you know, everybody is just, it's just really kind of stunning how silent Hollywood is, because Hollywood can be very quick to cancel somebody just based on an untested allegation. Here, they're saying nothing. I find it interesting. I do want to say one other thing. Aubrey O'Day called us out, and I think she was right. There were other people that she called out as well. When, if you remember a couple of months ago, Diddy gave his publishing rights back to a lot of the artists that he had. And everybody was saying, oh, including us, this is great. You know, he's kind of taking the cue from Taylor Swift. What Aubrey O'Day said is, we all got played, that she had the contract, which we've now seen. And in return for getting literally a pittance of money, she got $300. She had to sign an NDA. By the way, she did not sign this, but I've seen the contract. An NDA, buying silence, essentially. That's not necessarily a noble thing to do, but everybody got kind of snookered on this, including us.
Tonight on the special, outside of Suge Knight and Aubrey O'Day, who else will you be talking to?
We talked to Stevie J, who actually, you know, he was at the raid in Miami when it went down, and he kind of gives us an inside look at what was going on, you know, with Diddy, both before and after the raids. But also, we've talked to people who worked for Diddy. We talked to people who just know a lot about this. And I think what you're going to find, I really, what we really tried to do, and I think succeeded, this is not a hit piece. It's a balanced piece on what is going on in Diddy's world right now and what went on and what the consequences might be. And this is on Tubi right now. It's streaming. I think you'll find it really interesting.
Well, you know, you have the court of public opinion, then you also have him personally and his world. Has there been a distance there between Diddy and the people who he used to call associates and friends and the like?
I don't know the answer to that, Jen. I mean, I don't know how many people are contacting Diddy, saying we support you, we embrace you, we don't like you. I don't know. I do know publicly it's been crickets. But in terms of who he is interacting with, I'll take a guess, because I know the way Hollywood works, that a lot of the people who were really close to Diddy are ghosting him now.
What is the path forward for him?
Well, look, I mean, there's a federal investigation going on, and I think it's going to take some time. And I don't think it's certain that the feds are going to file charges. They know what the allegations are. If they're going to file, they better be right, because if they're not right, they're going to be humiliated if he gets acquitted and they charge him. So I think they're still looking at all the computer records, and that's going to lead to a lot of witness interviews. And then they're going to have to decide, is there a case? Because when it comes to sex trafficking, it's not just that you bring people across state lines for the purpose of sex. You have to show some element of coercion, of force, of doing something against somebody's will. And that's a whole other step. Even if they find flight records, that doesn't mean it's sex trafficking. So the feds have their work cut out for them, and I do think this will take months at the very least.
Yeah, and who knows what the ripple effect of this will be. Harvey, thank you.
My pleasure, guys.
And be sure to check out TMZ Presents The Downfall of Diddy.
That's getting interesting. Hey, I'll tell you this, Hakeem, Tubi be on it, man. If something goes viral or trending, I remember they did something on TikTok was a woman, she did like a 10-page, 10 to 50 clips about it, how a man was cheating on me, and then like 2 weeks later, Tubi turned into a movie and everything. But that's crazy. We do have the clip about Aubrey O'Day we're gonna play, and after that we're gonna chop it up.
We're gonna. Hey, Joe Dohern, that's a good question. We're gonna answer that once we finish.
September,
Yeah.
Diddy did something to counter some of the rumors he was a monster.
I read that you are going to actually give back the publishing rights to a bunch of artists on your label, which is incredible.
When TMZ ran the headline, and I have a screenshot of it because I do want to call you out. I received the publishing deal. I know what it says. I know how much money it was giving me. I'll tell you, $330. $300.30 for a full release of all claims against Diddy and many other players.
At this point in time, what do you think his motivation was there?
I think you would probably be making moves to keep as many people quiet as possible. When I went to look at the publishing deal, it said anything but I'm being made whole financially again. In fact, it asked me to not be able to have access to my story and my experience anymore.
Last September, Diddy did something to counter.
Asked me specifically to stay silent and never speak poorly about a human. So then I realized something really bad is coming. Asked me specifically to stay.
So that was a little clip from the Fall of Diddy, which is on, I believe it's on Tubi right now. Shoot, I think I'm gonna check it out today, do my research on it and everything of all the information they got from TMZ, because TMZ, they got information that's go all the way from the 90s and everything. But good question, Jordo heard him. He asked, do you feel Diddy has given back to the community or should have given more for him to have his back and defended him? When it comes to, I answer this, Joe heard him, but when it comes to situations like this, and how there's been rumors on him that going on for almost 30 years now, and now Cassie, she was the first domino to hit the fact and everything, and especially as a black man, a billionaire like Diddy and everything. I don't care how much you give back to the community. You can say things about Kanye West. He had a school, he gave back to gave back to the community in Chicago and everything. But when it comes to black billionaires, they once they hit that domino effect, all the dominoes will affect them. I don't care who you are as a black man, how big you are. Same thing with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, he was a king of pop, king of the world. But once some allegation on him with Charles and everything, that never went away. Never went away. So I don't care how big you are as a black man. With Diddy, you can give so much stuff. I believe Diddy has school in Harlem, Diddy, right?
Huh?
Diddy, he has a school. He has his own school in Harlem, right?
Yes. He has a charter school that he's still running.
Yeah, he's still running and everything. But when you the bigger you are, especially as a black man, the harder you fall if you don't have a lot of lawyers on you, or you have people to search your mouth and everything. Now it was a situation with him, trying to get publishing rights back. To the artists he had, as Aubrey Davis and Diddy Kane and all the other artists he had back in Bad Boy and everything, we said this maybe last year, just like I said, all that money was really no money in there. As Aubrey Davis said, she had $300. There are some other artists who got maybe $500, $600 because, like I said, Diddy used up all the money and everything. And I find it kind of laughable of how, if Aubrey Davis said it was true that she was gonna give the publishing rights back to the artist, but the thing is, you got hush about all the things we did, hush about all the things that happened, with me and Bad Boy and everything. You give so much money and everything, which is that's laughable. You're not talking about tens or hundreds of $1,000 you give somebody to hush somebody. You're talking about between $1 to $1,000 you're getting back your publishing rights and everything. So. I don't know why they was trying to do that, give a publishing rights and try to have people silence about what happened back in Bad Boy, which is kind of stupid and everything. And also, like I said, man, shout out to Tubi, yo. I don't know y'all got some of my Tubi. I think it's a free stream service and everything, and something is trending and viral. They will put it out. It might be, so fabricated, but the thing is like since TMZ is on the story and they put that out and everything. For me, I'll be interested in watching it and do my research and everything. That I'll have my thoughts on it. But how you feel, King, man? How you feel about what Joe Harden question was he was telling us?
Um, so I want people to look at this, and I want you to hear me clearly. Diddy's no different than the pastor in the black community. If you the pastor and you done everything right, we ain't gonna hear nothing. Everybody gonna fight for you. Diddy has opened up schools. He has given over $1 million to Howard University. Remember, he went there. He has helped Sister Soldier. So his philanthropy work.
I want to say this too. I remember last year he gave $1 million to Jackson State too.
Yeah, and he had given money to Jackson State. But here's the thing: your outside activities can tarnish you as a person. Shout outs to Nidish. So if you are good, you could be doing well, but if you got freaky deaky stuff going on, that trumps everything. Think about that. We know people who we say they're the nicest, but when you hear something, wow, he's like that. Wow, you know what I mean? Just the same thing with Eddie Long. Eddie Long we loved it. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I used to sit and watch his sermons all the time. But when I heard he was freaky deaky, I said, whoa. So that's the point where we have to do. And this is why you have to walk a straight and narrow when you're in this life and you're trying to do right. But on top of the freaky deaky stuff, even though he gave back, but he also did wrong, Joe, don't hurt him. He didn't do good business with black people. There's a stigmatism where black people get robbed in the music industry. Why, as a black man, you robbing people? When you know the Untouchables are robbing people. And they're taking publishing in this. Sony Music owns 99% of everybody's publishing. Don't believe what anybody tell you. Drake, Lil Wayne, all of them. Sony owns all their publishing. People are selling their catalogs off for pennies to the dollar, where this can millions of dollars. So, you got to be able to do right all over around, and this is why you can't be in these type of businesses if you're not willing to mess people over.
That's true. That's very true, Hakeem. And that's the thing about Diddy. You know, he messed over some people for so many years, so many artists and so many business people. And it's just, now, at the worst time that he's in right now in this year, 2024, there's nobody really vouching for him.
Yeah.
He really has nobody. Because a lot of people in the past, when Danny came to Faith Evans, if Biggie was alive, there was probably something and everything. Suge Knight, he said something. He won't, he don't like the downfall, but Suge Knight probably had something that happened back in the '90s with the East versus West Coast that happened and everything. And it's like, I feel like with Diddy, he's trying to build his power, from years and years and everything. And when he thought he's at the top as he thought he was right now, because last year he was coming out, his album came out too last year, right?
Yeah.
He had an album out too, and he was trying to transition into the love and everything. He tried to be the Mr. Nice Guy, but then again, it's like all the stuff you got in your baggage will haunt you. Wherever it comes through, you got in the dark, it's gonna show up to the light. I don't care how old you are. And Diddy's in his mid-50s now. Everything's coming out to light. And like I said, he has a federal case against him. Like I said, when it comes to federal, they're gonna take their sweet time until they get the right charges, and if they got the right charges against Diddy, they're gonna indict him. And once you get indicted, it's very hard to, Diddy has very, very strong lawyers, to fight these federal lawyers, because these federal lawyers, they are top notch. They don't play around. They're so good. That's why they really offer you plea deals, because with the feds, they got hard type evidence. Really take their sweet time to get, and after that, once you get indicted, they have like a 90% chance that you're gonna take a plea deal and you're gonna go to jail. Point blank, perfect. But I'm definitely interested to watch the Tubi videos of who's talking and everything, and also what because I remember we talked about what happened when Diddy and his house got ready here in LA, his sons was there and everything. I do want to hear the side of, when his house got ready in Miami and Stevie J, he said he was there and how that happened and everything. And then a couple of days later, Diddy, he had to sell his shares of the Revolt television and everything. So, yeah, man, it's just like it's like I feel like the rest of this year we're gonna constantly see the downfall of Diddy. We're always gonna hear something to pop up and everything. And and I feel like once the feds get the right charges against them, like I said, it probably won't be this year. It might be next year. That's gonna be the throw in the dart right there of when Diddy's, you'll see TMZ or some of these bloggers says Diddy got indicted with these for federal charges and everything. That's gonna be like all the way to the bottom for Diddy right there. Ashton, we'll talk about it on your next show. I don't know what you're talking about. I like I said, it's the Making the Band. I used to watch Making the Band back in the 2000s and everything because Diddy was the guy at the time.
Voice of Venus, how you doing, gorgeous?
Voice of Venus, hey, Voice of Venus, how you doing? Good to see you. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, Hakeem, man, it's like I said, it's like every month something's always coming out from Diddy, man. Diddy, and now with this Tubi's things coming out, that documentary is just gonna add more public opinion to him of him, people looking down on Diddy.
No, definitely.
And that's how they do. That's how they do. But any final thoughts on this topic for Diddy?
No.
All right, we're on to the next topic. We're gonna go. Let's do this, Hakeem. That's what the topic number 2. So this is very sad. This is very, very, very sad. This is crazy. So a mother of 6 was killed after meeting over somebody for a social media dispute. And I guess the lady, they was going back and forth and everything, and then once they meet up, the lady, another lady had a gun and shot and killed her. Man, it's very, 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 very tragic. We do have a video we're gonna play for you guys. After that, we're gonna chop it up. Go ahead, Raheem.
After the person police say killed the 25-year-old is now behind bars.
I fell to the ground. I could not believe that this happened, that they were able to apprehend the shooter so quick.
Video posted to social media shows women fighting before a gunshot is heard. The family says as difficult as it is to lose their loved one, seeing no one helped after the shooting adds to their pain.
All that time that they out there fighting, not one person.
The New Orleans Police Department arrested 32-year-old Neandra Woolridge in connection to the shooting, charging her with second-degree murder.
When you continue to pull that trigger and know that a bullet was going to come out after it was jammed 2 times, so you knew at that point what you intended to do.
The family says the 25-year-old was an unexpected twin and born premature, calling her their special baby that grew up to help those around her.
She's full of love, full of life. She loved unconditional, and she loved her sisters.
As the family remembers the woman they say had so much life to live,
We should have been able to talk this out and be able to find a better solution to their disagreement.
They are now pleading with people to put the guns down and stop the violence.
She has 6 beautiful children who she loved dearly, held close to her heart, and it's so unfortunate that, my grandchildren will have to, go through life without her.
Jonah Gilmore, WDSU News. Brittany Houston is
Yeah, man, this is very tragic, man. Her name was Brittany. She was 25 years old. And this happened in City of New Orleans. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead, Hakeem. What's your take on this, man?
We talk about this all the time. As people, we don't have no conflict resolution. This happens so many times, and more people gonna get killed. That's why we gotta stay away from these kind of people. Secondly, hello, off 911. They fighting down there. I think they got a gun. Please come quick, come quick, come quick. That could have saved their life. I'm snitching all day. I don't care where we at. I'm over 40. I don't gotta abide by street rules. I'm a strong snitch and I know how to shoot. You not shooting no gun around no neighborhood. You not fighting around no neighborhood. We already know. Y'all don't care about y'all life. I do. I'm gonna keep the neighborhood clean. I'm gonna live to be 90. That's my goal. And I'm gonna try to take some people with me to live long too. What they did, come on, man, 25, 6 kids, that's poverty mindset. They was already they had nothing to lose. You know what I mean? We're not gonna remember her like she's somebody's daughter, and after she gone, her kids might go through that. I gotta say on that.
That's how, yeah, man. I agree. I can. I feel like our younger generation, Generation Z's. I feel like the social media, how it's so big and so popular and everything. I feel like with social media, when a lot of people they like they don't like to really talk on the phone. They like to text or DM people online, or they see a picture or something or see a certain comment. And the thing is, this is what I get. I feel like when people put comments like on Facebook or anything like that, or post a picture and put a comment down, there will be sometimes people feel like they're talking to them directly. And the thing is, when they feel that way, they they react and then DM them back or text back on Facebook or send a messages like I said, oh, I feel like you was talking about me. I see you was on site and things like not just women but men too. It be like that. And now we're seeing this situation for this for this young woman who got the mother of 6 kids and everything. She lost her life. People lost a family member. Her children lost her mom. Awful, reckless, senseless violence.
Thank you.
And the thing is, it doesn't have to go that far, especially on social media. Because the thing is, it's like you're not talking on the phone, you're not face to face. And the thing is, sometimes when people say something, sometimes they won't be talking about you.
Yep.
And the thing is, it's like people, as a young generation, they feel like when they read something, somebody they don't like, sometimes they feel like they talk to them, and that's where we reply back. And after that, it's a back and forth, and it's always say, if I see you in the street, it's on site. If I see you somewhere, I'm gonna hit you. Simple as that.
Oh, I'm gonna hit you with the switch.
Right, not knowing that the person probably wasn't talking to you.
I'm gonna hit you with the switch.
Right. And like I said, and it happens all around America, man. And you just need to be smarter about not using words, of trying to look at comments and just like dismiss it and everything. That's all you got to do is dismiss the comments, because the person don't even know you like that. The person thinks of something about you, might be jealous of you. If that's just somebody jealous of you, that's probably a good thing to me. You just flipping away and everything. But yeah, man, this young woman should lose her life like that, and it's very sad to hear that a mother is gone, and now there's 6 children who's left there with a mother. Sad, very sad. Jordan Harmon said, "Why we still fighting as grown folks instead of trying to solve disputes verbally and come to some understanding? This is a vicious cycle." Yeah.
Listen, we know this. Hey, and Joe, and listen, listen. You listen. I've lived where you lived. It's even sad, even in Boston back in the days when there used to be a lot of knife fights.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like me coming from Florida, moving to Massachusetts, I thought we were done. It's even though Boston has a smaller population of brown people, the level of violence was absurd. I used to take the one bus to Dudley. Just to tell you, every time I used to go down there back in the days, I've seen literally 4 to 5 stabbings. 4 to 5 stab with a simple argument turns into a knife fight and the person bleeds out.
That's crazy.
Compared to here, we live in Florida, and you from Michigan, y'all play with them guns up there too. A little argument turns to somebody not living no more.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm over 40. You going to jail. And I'm suing. The only time I'm up in blitz if you come over to this house. Or we do, and even then I might say, hey, officer, we gonna put a case on you. Because let me tell you something. One thing that we know for certain, black people ain't scared of death, but they sure ain't. Oh,
Lawrence is in the building.
Lawrence was good. That, hey, you know who that is, right?
Who's that?
He did an episode with us. That's my cousin.
Oh, okay, I remember.
Yeah.
Good, Lawrence, man.
What's good? Shout out to Lawrence too. So you know, conflict resolution is this. And my cousin who always used to tell me, all that glitter ain't gold. It's poverty behavior and a mindset that we need to get out there. No matter where we at in America, if it's a bunch of black people, there's some poverty mindset there. This is why, as a black person, if you want something better, you need to separate yourself. Separate yourself. You know what I mean? And one thing he used to always tell me is this, and this is true. Some things we can't help. We go to school and we're around a bunch of people who can't do shit for us. And sometimes it's a negative reaction to that. And this is why it's important, if you love your kids, to put your kids in a better situation to succeed. You're going to have to put them in private school. You're going to have to change your zip code so they can have better friends, better connections. A lot of this, you know what I mean? That young lady, 6 kids at 25. 6 kids at 25. So you already know her life was over. She was in the ghetto in Louisiana or something. Ain't nothing living, you know what I mean? And it's sad to see that.
And I will say this, Hakeem, man. I don't think the thing, I would say nothing added to the poverty mindset. It's like we only set on the place that we at right now. You know,
yes.
We want to talk up to another city or to another state, anything like that. You know, we mind you, it's like, you know, I'm glad I didn't have the poverty mindset, you know, even though I lived in the, you know, the hood, in the ghetto, in the area of Pontiac at the time, you know, I always knew there was something bigger, you know, I always wanted to go out, go to New York or go to Florida, go to California and everything, you know, when you see the outside world, not, you know, especially go out the country, oh man, you know, it's just, there's so much thing that's outside of when you were in poverty and everything. And the thing, this is like, you have to work for this to get out there and everything, you know. I know people, you know, when they go watch television and watch these rappers, and the thing is, also the fact that poverty mindset is watching, you know, how we watch entertainers, how we watch, you know, NBA, NFL and everything. We always feel like, you know, that might be my ticket way out of there. But no, that is not that. You know, you don't have to go into entertainment. You don't have to go into sports and everything. You can actually go to college or go to trade school or work at Walmart and I don't know about Walmart, but you work at a certain company and work your way up and transfer from, you know, city to city and everything. Because once you get out of that poverty mindset and you get out of poverty, it's just you see the world so differently. You know, and I feel like people with a poverty mindset, that they see the same, it's like a cycle, they see the same thing, and they feel like it's so stuck, it can't go anywhere. And that's not really the case. You know, once you take that poverty mindset out, you see a whole new world and you can really believe in yourself, what you want to do. And we really got to tell, you know, all our aunties, our parents and everything, just make sure I tell the kids, like, hey, it's a lot, the world is bigger than where you at right now. Point blank, period.
I'm going to tell you something Marcus Garvey said. We can't save all the Africans. Not all of us can go. Some of y'all going to have to drown.
Yeah.
And we have to disassociate ourselves with negative energy and negative black people. I have to say it. I come from a good home. I was just attracted to the streets. I wanted to fuck hoes. And after I got my lick, I said, Lord Jesus, this ain't what I thought it was. You know what I mean? But we have a lot of kids who feel insecure because 90% of their friends are ghetto, but you're not ghetto. So they'll make you feel, it's like survival's guilt. They'll make you feel bad for being non-ghetto. No, nigga, come to the streets. Come catch this felony charge with us. Matter of fact, we're going to jump in the car and put 6 guns in there. You going to take the charge? Don't worry. You do 100 years, but you'll be a legend in the streets.
Right. And the thing is, it won't be a legend. When you in there, they're gonna forget about you.
Yeah.
They gonna forget about you. And like I said, shout out to these OGs who's still in the streets and when they say, hey, you know, being a gangster is or being a gang, it's not the right choice. Because like I said, once you hit 30s and 40s and everything, like I said, especially with people who's been in the gang, who've been in the hood, they mind change real quick and they start looking over their hood, trying to, you know, get back to the hood and everything. And like I said, when it comes to the poverty mindset, it's important that, you know, we got changes, you know, people that want to get out of poverty, you know, or people that does have the talent or does have the smarts. I've seen somebody say, hey, you know, you can really make it out, you know, make it out of here, you know, and go to a different city or, you know, get out of here, you know. And I feel like, you know, Key gonna continue to push that. And you want to see some regular stuff overseas, we have to talk about with the woman. The lady lost her life, now she got 6 kids.
Yep.
Simple as that. All right, we're gonna go to the next topic. This might be the topic of the day. And I found it now, it's starting to go viral. And this is something. So this is a MMA fighter. He has a wife and he adopted 2 black kids. And he was on a show called the Sean Ryan Show, talking about his adopted black kids. And he was saying, you know, I'm not raising black children, I'm raising children. I'm not raising black men, I'm raising men. It's about character of the man, not the color of his skin. That's what the quote he said, but we do have a video. He's going to really explain of. To me, I feel like he's trying to get his black kids colorblind, and also not giving them the culture. Go ahead. Another lesson say. Go ahead, Akeem.
Men, I'm raising men, and whether you are black or you are white, no matter what race that you are, there are certain things about being a man and being a good man when it comes to character and integrity and safeguarding the helpless and sticking up for those who need it and being a good man of reputation. None of that has to do with skin color. Everything has to do with the character of the man. And like I said, it's probably not an answer that some people would say is important, but that's where the world has gone, where we think that the most important thing about us is our skin color or our gender or our sex or our political affiliation or all these different identity politics or the identities that we put on each other, when really we're just human beings on this earth. And there are certain things about being a good person that transcend skin color and age and sex and religion and all of those different things.
I love that answer.
Yeah, it's hard. It's what I feel too. You know, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying but it's me. It's uniquely, that's how I feel about it. So
have you had any tough questions as of yet from your 7-year-old?
Yeah. You know, I mean, there's questions about skin color, obviously, you know, I mean, because it makes a lot of sense, right? It's like whether, and just a call to action for men, you know, right? We grew up on cowboys and Indians and G.I. Joes and superheroes and stuff. And we all want to feel like a superhero, right? As the male gene, we want to feel like a superhero. And we are a superhero to our children, right? We are a superhero to our children. We are a godlike figure to our children. And we get that opportunity with each and every one of our children that we have. And it doesn't matter where you're at on the socioeconomic ladder or what you have accomplished or who you are a superhero to them. So yes, when my son sees me and he sees me like a superhero, and he can even watch me on TV, and his kids at school say, your dad's going to beat up Conor McGregor. And so I'm like a superhero to him, yet he knows he can't be exactly like me because of skin color, right? I'm sure in his 7-year-old brain, which really he'll understand, someday when he's a little bit older, right? So there's the skin color, you know, difference, obviously. How
do you handle that? I mean, with one-on-one with him?
You know, I think one-on-one, I think it's the beauty of being a man of faith is we were called for a time and a family such as this. This is exactly how God created us to be. This is exactly how my family unit was supposed to be. Before I was even born, this is exactly how it was supposed to be. Before you were even born, he knew that you were chosen for me and mommy. And he knew that you were going to have your skin color. And he knew that I was going to have my skin color. And if there's beauty in that, and it's unique to a lot of people. It might be foreign to some people, but it's absolutely beautifully God ordained. And it's something that is going to be a part of our testimony. It's something that is making impacts through a butterfly effect that we don't even understand yet. Whether it be people that see me from afar, people that see the way that I love you, the differences that we do have compared to if we did have the exact same skin color and the exact same eyes and the exact same hair. This is exactly the way God created you, and you were created in God's image, and you were created for so much more than you can ever think or imagine. And God has commissioned me and chosen me to be your dad. And the most important thing that I can be is your dad. And I tell him every single night, I whisper it into his ear, and he probably gets tired of hearing it, but I thank him. I'm like, I thank you so much for being my son, and I'm so proud to be your dad. And I just think I didn't get that as much when I was a kid. My parents loved me so much, but they didn't really make me feel like I could run through that wall. They didn't really make me feel like I could go across those county lines and go anywhere across the world and do anything I want to. And I want my children to unlock something inside of themselves to make them believe that they can do anything. And I pray that prayer over them every single night. You are Hap Chandler. You are Ace Chandler.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
Oh.
All right. But yeah, man, Hakeem was just saying, like, you know, I don't know if you want to start a picture. I just sent a picture of you know, of him and his kids. And you know, the world we in today, talking about, you know, raising kids to be, you know, not saying black kids, which I kind of get what we're saying, but you know, his kids and everything. I mean, to me, it's not like he's trying to, you know, put colorblindness onto his black kids because, you know, eventually, you know, the kids are gonna talk about, you know, black versus white, and you know, they're probably their weird parents and everything, and it's gonna come to that time when, you know, the children are gonna start, you know, they want to talk to their adopted parents about. But yeah, man, what's your take on this, man?
This is fundamentally a problem. This is going to end terribly wrong here. These kids are going to grow up under a religious fanatic, somebody who has survival's guilt. I would want to ask him, have you ever been friends with a black person? Have you ever asked your friends what their flight is, and you talking about you want to adopt some black kids? I've seen people like this, and I've met kids who've been raised like that, and they're totally whitewashed. And until they get their, what's that favorite word? That wake up call. We need to teach kids reality and not make them hide from what the truth is. You're black. You have a disadvantage. That doesn't mean it's a handicap. You can still prevail, but you need to understand what adversities is coming up in your way. To say that there's no issue, this is the problem. He has no perspective in raising black, and 100% Joe No heard him. But this also reflects on us as black people. Why are we not adopting black kids at a higher rate? All this shit wouldn't be, these white folks wouldn't even have a chance if we were scooping up black kids left and right, and doing right by them, and not getting them for a check, raising them and doing none of this. You won't have no, what's that football guy who was adopted and come to find out they stole all his money?
Michael Orr.
Michael Orr. They took millions of dollars from him.
We talked about that last year, yo.
We talked about that last year. When they see a black kid, we're a charity case. We ain't no charity case. I thought we were supposed to be kings and queens. You should not let another community come and try to fix your problem. They're only gonna make it worse. You know what I'm trying to say? So when I look at this, I say, I say, he's a rich, he's a white boy who probably went through some things. I'm not gonna say that because I could say he said, no, but you grew up in the house with your mother and father, so there were certain advantages you have that we don't have. We're self-made. Everything we do here is built from the ground up, and we go through shit every day, but we don't complain. We push forward. This is what I learned. Anything is possible if you put the work in and you understand your disadvantages and your advantages. And that's the thing we need to teach kids. That white boy going to set them up for failure with somebody going to slap them upside their head. Don't want to remember, when he goes to school, the kid's going to let them know, no, I'm not white, I'm not black, I'm just human. No. There was a kid in Pennsylvania who just moved from the Caribbean, went to a new school. Did we did the story? We did a story on him?
I believe so. I can't remember. I think we did.
It's new. So kid goes, his white friends come to the house to haze him. He didn't know what was going on, trying to run back to the house and so distressed. First off, he suffered from sickle cell anemia. He had a cardiac arrest and died in front of his mama's porch. Thinking them white boys was his friends. This was a kid who moved from the Caribbean to Pennsylvania. When he was running, in the video, they said, hey, is he running back to Africa? Don't let these people fool you. We need to take care of our own kids. If you raising children, you got enough money, adopt one of these kids on there so we won't let them get brainwashed. So we won't have another Michael Orr situation, like somebody coming to save us every day. These white folks feel something inside themselves. They feel like, oh, I just need to give back. We don't need charity. We have enough. We have enough. We just need to fix the internal problems. That's mainly it. We have enough money to build hospitals, buildings, until niggas stop buying Gucci and Fendi and Prada. We have enough money to build schools, fix our own roads and all that. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Chinese. They have the lowest voter turnout rate, but they have the spending power of many nations. So that's my take on that.
That's true, and they stay together, like really, really together. Yeah, I can. A lot of these people that have a lot of money, especially celebrities like Madonna, you know, she don't do it here. She go to Africa and adopt some kids. I think Angelina Jolie, she adopted, you know, black kids in Africa and everything. Yeah. And to me, when they do stuff like that, or what the guy was saying, and everything, that it's like they want to kind of erase their memory of, you know, hey, you know, you're not black, you're not just a black child, you're my child, you know, and they try to keep saying that, you know, try to put that in their brain, and then when they go to, you know, outside world, or they play with their friends, or go to school, or go to activities, anything like that, you know, they're not saying what your parents are saying to you as you being a black child. You know, when you look at your skin, I can't look at his skin. While I look at my skin, we're black. We know what's, like I said, we know our history. We know, we was talking about parents what's going to go down, and the color of our skin was going to the United States and America. There go the kids right there. The wife and, you know, the two kids, you know. And the thing is like, I don't know if they got any black friends. The thing is, it's like they never, and he never talked about, you know, ensuring, you know, the black culture into their kids and everything, you know. I know they live in somewhere in the suburban area and everything, when they go to a private charter school and everything. And also, shout out to True.
Shout out to True.
Hey, my Myrie, shout out to you as well, Miss.
Shout out to True. What it do?
Yes.
But listen here, you want to hear something funny though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look at this. They got them kids. Them kids look like they ain't had a haircut in weeks.
I know, right?
Listen.
You gotta take me to the black barber shop.
The black barber shop. A little kid that age would already had the Caesar, the Cavallis already lined up.
Right.
So I don't know, man. Like, I understand where he's coming from, but I would say for you to, if you want to really help him, put him around more black kids. You know, these people when they get these, they don't go around other people of color like that.
Right.
And this is for a lot of you girls who marry white boys. I don't have no problem. I support love as well. They move you out of your community. You have kids, and your kids grow up and they have an identity crisis, waking up every morning.
Yeah.
Until their friends at school says, "Oh no, I'm half white." No.
Because everybody know. You know the black. Oh, you know the black gene is always dominant, so they gonna say that. I don't care how loud you are. If you got some type of dark skin, they gonna say whatever, like Hakeem said. Yeah, man, it's just sad to see some of these celebrities. They get these black kids, and they want. It's like they want to try to do right for the black community. Sometimes they feel like that too. They want to do right for the black community, and they feel like raising a black child. They feel like they will feel better about it because they did some type of way to help not just the black kid but the black community as well. And it's just so bizarre and everything. But Hakeem, you are right. When it comes to black kids, make sure you adopt your kids put in the black household because they gonna know the rules, they gonna know their culture, and and when they go to the outside world, they know what to do when they when they go to school, when they go to college, when they go to work and everything. Go ahead.
Listen, you're right. I don't want to put that. We so whitewashed. We want to adopt white children, and there's so many. Huh?
Who doing that?
It's so many.
Wow.
Go on TikTok. It's a girl who adopted a white baby, and it's a dude who adopted 5 white little boys. And I say, as many of these young boys who are sitting out here homeless.
Yeah.
Let me have the money and I had my own kids. I would have went out here and had an army.
Yeah, I don't know, Natasha. He's not mixed. He's just whatever right guy. He's not mixed at all.
He's an MMA fighter who can beat up people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stick to that and not involving yourself in black problems. Listen, right. I understand where he's coming from. But you could have just donated some money and called it a day. Now you're going to create a bigger problem because these kids are going to grow up into these situations like it's just going to be another.
And it's so odd. It's like I don't believe you don't have any other kids. Like if you don't have any other kids, I'm usually thinking you want somebody adopt kids that maybe have the exact same skin color as you do. I find it very odd that the first kids you adopted was black and everything. I don't know. It sounded like it's his idea. And try told his wife, hey, let's do it and everything. Let's try something different and everything. But at the end of the day, the kids grow up and hear what you're trying to speak, sir. It's not gonna play out like that because they're gonna get confused. And it's going and once they get older, it's gonna get worse. And they're gonna say, well, my father and mother said no. That's not how the world works. If you live in the United States of America, you're gonna know what's going on if you're black in America. Period.
Maya Reed, if that statement wasn't so true, girl. Ooh, child. She said they trying to put they can raise good people. Listen.
Right.
Joe don't hurt him can vouch for this. And maybe you can. You lived in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
I met a lot of niggas upstate that was whitewashed. I met a lot of girls who had put up in the pinnacle. I used to, let me tell you what the crazy thing here is, and this is something I heard from girls. I ain't never heard this from a man. Oh, I want to have a baby with a white boy so I can have a light-skinned baby.
Yeah, I heard that before. I hear that in the West Coast too.
And you see, I've never heard that from brothers say that. Mm-hmm. You say perhaps the plan is to teach your kids how to fight.
What plan is that?
Listen.
Well, how you funny for that, brother?
Yeah, and listen, he got 2 boys. You never know. He's an MMA fighter. He might be raising his next meal ticket. Let me not say that because I don't want him to come beat me up. Because I called the police. I called the police on you. I just know. Like, but listen, on a serious note, if we don't have enough love for our community when we do well to go back and reach back and pull somebody up, and sometimes that's adopting a black kid. Why successful black people don't adopt black kids? Some of y'all don't even have children. Some of y'all have millions of dollars and don't want to. Madam C.J. Walker adopted a black girl and raised her as her daughter. The daughter that she had, Madam C.J. Walker, that wasn't her biological daughter. She adopted her and raised her as her own. She didn't go get no white boy. She didn't go get no little white girl. And a lot of people might look at that as it's offensive. Listen, in any other community would have a problem with it. Why would a black person go raise a Hispanic boy? When there's enough Mexicans and Cubans who will gladly take them in, and they do that in their own community.
And the thing is, Hakeem, you don't see Asians adopt black. I never seen it before. You don't see Hispanics adopt blacks either. They adopt their own.
No, they do, unless there's a cultural similarity.
Correct.
If you was what you say, an orphan, but you was dark skinned in Honduras, I could see a more fair skinned Honduras person taking care of you because they know, oh, he's from this island. They can look back and say he just negro.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Cubans. Cubans on the island have a different perspective on race because it's a multicultural place.
And also, I want to say Belizean too.
100%. Oh yeah. Very. So I could see them. Even Brazil, you see white and black get together. You see they're raising, even South Africa. It's a different situation. You know what I mean? But here in America, when we understand what's going on, come on, man. This ain't 50 Shades of Grey, nigga. Yeah,
yeah, that's true, Rakeem, man. Yeah. I can't believe he came out and say something that's like that.
Come on, man.
No,
He said,
I don't care if you go ahead.
He said, I don't care if you're white or black. The level of God that has us to do this. This is God work. God told us to do. God told me to do this. I knew this. God told me. I envisioned that this was my. So God told you to go pick up 2 poor black kids who mama and daddy probably the system put them in a position where you were able to go adopt these kids. So they can forget who they is, forget who their mama and daddy is, their cousins, their aunties, who probably would have did something for them.
All right. And I guarantee you, Hakeem, they want to know their history of what happened to their parents or what have you.
100%.
That's when they go.
Yeah. I know God told me, I envision my family. I envision my family this the way it is. You know what I'm trying to say? Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Straight up blasphemous. It's like, come on, man. Really? And looking at the picture, come on now, really?
Listen, when I looked at them 2 little black boys, they looked like they could be my kids. As dark as they, you know me, because when my hair get nappy, it get nappy like that. I should have adopted them.
Get them a good clean cut.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Would have had them in the bow tie here. The bow tie with the pants, with the belt, and all that would have been like, peace, God. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. But your final thoughts? We'll go to the next topic, Hakeem.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next topic. Let's talk about. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is a good topic. So there was a clip that went viral about a situation when in a relationship of how there was a woman, she's with her man and everything, but the thing is his mother is always in something, it might be a skit, but the thing is this does happen in real life, and how you're in a relationship sometimes, a woman's in a relationship, but the man is like really a is a mother's boy, and he always listens to his mother. He don't listen to you. Always listens to his mother. Like mother's always writing everything in this situation. So we do have a clip for you guys about what the situation happened. After that, we're gonna chop it up. Funny little skit. Go ahead.
I'm confused. Like,
So what's wrong with boundaries?
I mean, what do you mean by boundaries?
I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. It's really making me uncomfortable. It is your mom, but she doesn't know boundaries. Tyler, what don't you understand?
Okay, so can you? All right, so I'm gonna give you an example. So if we was to go on vacation or
I don't want to hear no example. What about how I feel? So it's your mom over me. You don't care about how I feel.
It's a great balance between the both. But it's always you, but it's gonna be my mom too.
Miss Audrey, ma'am.
Mom.
Excuse me.
Shit, don't go, please.
Audrey, Tyler,
Right.
shut up. Audrey, let me get you straight. That's my son. I don't know how you grew up or whoever raised you, but that's mine, okay? And that's what I need you to understand. It has nothing to do with you. My boundaries, you saying that I go in your stuff, no, I'm cleaning it because you're nasty. Tyler, I told you could have did better a long time ago.
I love her though,
No, you
Mom.
don't. You
I
don't
do,
know
I
what,
really- I do
you
really.
couldn't possibly know what love is, Tyler. She's only with you for your money.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Mom,
What do you
chill,
do?
Mom.
What do you do for a living? You do
I
nothing.
have an online
you
business.
You just want to sit here and be
I have
cute.
an online business.
But what money does it make?
It
It's
makes
Tyler's
me-
money.
it makes money.
No,
It
it's
makes-
Tyler's money. It's
We
not
were
your
having-
money.
who asked you to
It's
come in
not-
here?
No one asked me. My son pays bills here. You don't pay bills, sweetie.
Mom,
You don't pay bills. You pay no bills here.
So are you gonna let her talk
I
to
can
me
talk
like
to
that?
her any way I please because guess what? You came from me, Tyler.
No, I'm
This
saying
is-
though, come
thi-
on, you can't be disrespecting
This is way
her.
too uncomfortable.
You can't be disrespecting
You know what,
her.
Tyler?
This
This
my
is
lady. You
uncomfortable.
can't be doing
It's
this. Too much.
Audrey.
Relationship of mine. I'm confused. Like,
So what's wrong with
Oh man, that's a crazy situations. I'm gonna read a couple of comments of what people watch this video. One comment says, "Girl, run, let him marry his mom." One comment says, "A tone of the mother telling her grown son to shut up says a lot." One comment says, "Wake up on me talking crazy while I'm sitting down." He said, "I'm gonna reposition everything in the room." And he said, "I'm about to go down." One comment says, "As a mom, if my son thinks I come before his wife, I have failed him. The family that you create comes before the one you come from. Also, I would never place my son in a position to choose. Please stay out of your children's relationship." Facts. I'm gonna start off, Hakeem. So in this situation, this is a situation when a mother has a son husband. Am I lying, Hakeem?
Yes.
This is a situation when we call a son husband, and I kind of figure out she was a single mother raising and everything, and some of these mothers who have these son husbands, they treat them, like I said, we already know the second, they treat them like put them into a positional man role as a husband until they grow up, and like I say, but the thing is that that's the mother, she had further say so and everything. Everything I say is right. That's my mother. You listen to me. Everything I say is right. You listen to mama. Now we see a situation we see right now is that that she's continuing to be a kind of the son husband role and everything. And now you see that when this man's going through a relationship, mothers is always in a situation. Always has to say something. Always, and mother is always right and everything. And the thing is, when we got in this situation, I feel like sometimes women, women should tell the women, or men should tell. Well, I'm gonna tell my daughter that, if this situation come out, say, hey, if you ever come with a man that's like a mother's boy who's a son's husband, stay away, stay the hell away, because the mother's always gonna be jumped in, always has something to say. Kind of like with Scrappy and Mama D, in a situation, it's like every time little Scrappy get in a relationship and everything, mother always got to say something bad about the chick. Always got to say something bad about the chick. And this situation right here, when he started to get serious with the chick, mother's like, oh no, you just want his money. Knowing she has a job, she said I do work. And the thing is like the mother didn't even hear that. He said, oh no, he's just here for his money. Oh, that's what you gotta do for my son, take his money and everything. And the thing is, it's like, and And the mother really can't separate herself from the son because she can't find nobody else. She can't find nobody else. That's why she put her son into a husband role of being like the man of the house. And it's a lot, like I said, and this is not the only relationship we see. I know this was a clip, but there's relationship like there's mothers are like this with their sons, and they sometimes they'll fight with the girlfriend. And and if the son marries his girlfriend because of wife and everything, there's always a problem and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of the same, and also the situation with Mandeezy and his mom and his wife. What's Mandeezy's wife's name? Yanni. That kind of situation as well. So, like I say, it really happens a lot. And when it comes to mothers, I agree with the one comment when a mother says, "If my son thinks I come before him, his wife, I failed him." I agree with this mother. So there are mothers out there who treat their sons as sons, and give them love and nourishment and everything. And if they have a father in their life, make sure the father is there. If she's a single mother, or when it comes to two-parent household, you don't need to worry about that. But situations like this, it happens all the time, and unfortunately, the mother is hindering for son to live his rest of his life, be with the woman that he wants to be. Go ahead, Akeem.
So this was a skit because there was a lot of extremes in there. I grew up in a two-parent household. First off, if a woman was to tell, like, my mother would have never been disrespectful like that anyway. But you have to be able to balance loving your wife and your mother at the same time. And your wife need to understand you have to be lucky you have a man like this of this caliber because he was raised and was learned by a good woman. If you and the woman come from a similar culture, it's understanding, but the confliction comes in when you come from a real family-oriented culture and you're dating somebody who's not. This is where the confliction come in. If you a woman and you ain't had a daddy or mama in the house, or you and your mama been fighting, and you deal with a man who come from a two-parent household, y'all gonna have problems. His mama gonna call, "Hey, come take me to the store." You might not be able to handle that. "Hey, come cut the yard." What are you gonna say? "Oh, your mama got a husband." You know what I mean? And here's the funny thing about that. If your mama was to call him, he's coming for your mama. He's coming for your dad. That's just how he was raised. So you talking about it's all about control. When we need to be a little bit more family oriented. I've noticed in the past several years in relationships, when certain women don't come in from a family oriented household, get a man and try to separate him from his family. Try to make him not to be as family oriented. "Oh, why you over at your cousin's house every weekend? Why you going to go play dominoes or go fishing with them over there? Why don't you find something to do? Y'all gonna be together for life." His family got other things they doing, but this is the problem. A lot has to do with these people not being family oriented. I've seen this so many times. If you dating an African woman, best believe you have a baby, the mama coming flying in to come take care of the baby. Ain't no way going about that.
Facts. Black community too. Like I'm gonna say, my mama been here for a couple of months ago too. So
You see
I say
that,
some
Ken?
black women they do the
Some
same.
blacks do that, but I'm talking about there's certain cultural women where the mama come and live.
Exactly.
There's certain women you marry, they'll let you know flat out, "Hey, I take care of my mom and dad. They coming to live with us."
Yeah.
You okay with that?
And it's better for the household.
It is way better from the house. Listen, the Hispanics do it every single day.
Yep, some Asians do too.
Oh,
it's super tradition.
Listen,
It's tradition.
with the Asians, they live and die about that. You marry, you understand it. The Indians do the same thing too. Only us blacks says we need boundaries.
And the thing is, we used to do that back in the day too.
How many times? Listen, good wives should be recognized as number one woman of their home. 100%. But you also got to understand, honor that mother, that father, right? You got to understand there's certain. And listen, I'm speaking from a kid who's a foreigner. Jordan can speak from the fact of him being American. I know that family is important. I know that the family nucleus is intact, and extended family also plays a part in the family. When you get married, listen, when you marry a man, and this is the issue here in America, women and men think when I marry you, I'm only marrying you. No, baby, you marrying the whole gang.
Right, you marry the whole family.
I'm marrying your gang. If your brother in and out of prison, I got to deal with that sometime.
And you're combining families.
That's how it works. If your sister had kids and she's struggling and she said, hey, we're gonna have to let Letitia and them come stay with you. Okay, let them come. This is what happens when you deal with somebody who's family oriented. But when you say, I need boundaries, you can't say that to an African boy. You can't say that to a boy from the Caribbean, especially a boy from the Caribbean who's sending them cam transfers every month. I bet you would say something about, oh, you can't send no money to his mama. Niggas do not care about none of that shit you talking about. Come on, yeah.
They'll leave you to the dust.
Come on.
You won't. Hey, you say something like that, you won't hear from him again.
Come on,
it's
man.
Like, you think he dead? I don't know what happened to him.
Any negative talk dealing with parents should not be allowed. If you want a person to be up all under you, deal with somebody who ain't grow up with no family then, and see how well.
And I want to see this, like, and mothers like her, they don't treat their son to be assertive.
Yeah.
They don't teach their son assertive, and that will hurt a man, because if you take a man of not teaching a boy to be assertive or teach his boy to be assertive, you know, it does, like I said, that's being assertive helps you not just in a relationship, but also being in a career and everything. Assertiveness helps you if you get in a career, you know, in a company, it can help you build that of being assertive and everything. You don't teach your sons to be assertive, you know, to be having an assertive way to, you know, run a household. You know, he's not, as you can see, he wasn't being a, you know, direct or assertive with his mom and everything. Hey, mom, no, this is my girl. When it comes to my girl, because my wife, I'm not having all that.
Yeah, I agree with you, and why I do agree with you, there has to be a respect level there. But you could tell in that scenario, she was a little bit more controlling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he needed to set those type of boundaries. But there are certain particular situations where a woman want to refine the relationship you have with your parents. Refine it. The way he treat his parents, 90% of the time he's gonna treat your parents like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would never exclude, if I'm dating a woman, I don't never exclude your parents. I look at them as Ma and Pa. You know what I mean? If I took the responsibility of you, I also took the responsibility of your family as well. Okay, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us don't.
Because the family, they gonna want to meet you.
100%.
Both families.
And there's gonna be some problems arise where you're gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. It's a situation like that, man. It happens, y'all. Just gotta do better. All right, on to the next topic. We're gonna talk about Erica Banks. Erica Banks, she is a rapper from Atlanta, and she was on a podcast, 85 South Show. Shout out to them boys, they do really, really good. And she's talking about how, you know, she don't like men who just complain. She do not like complaining men whatsoever. You know, if you complain about something a little bit, she don't like it. And there are some women that are like that about, you know, men that be complaining. And with her, and she was kind of explaining like why she just don't like. Well, she didn't really explain. She just decided to like a complaining man. Well, we do have a clip for you guys. We're gonna play. After that, we're gonna chop it up. Go ahead, King.
Complaining as a man, because why are you complaining as a man?
Why would you ever?
Why would you ever complain about anything?
Yeah, why would you ever voice your opinion about anything in the world?
You should let me be
as
the
a
one.
Man, the world is perfect, and you have no right to say shit about nothing.
Oh, so it's like, you know,
especially if you were Erica Banks, everything just right.
You ain't got nothing to complain about.
You can't say shit about a motherfucking thing.
It has to make sense if you do complain, but like,
give me an example. You can't, bro. You just don't.
I believe that.
Just don't.
Okay, all right.
Just don't complain.
You know, I just want to make sure I ain't.
You shut the fuck up.
I just be want to make sure I ain't
Life is
crazy,
better
bro.
when you with Erica Blake.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Nothing can go wrong. Nothing.
You can't complain about shit.
Nothing.
What would you complain about?
She said it don't sound right.
Like,
So, in other words, you don't want a nigga to open up to you about it. Like, if something
no,
going on,
express your feelings, but don't complain. See, there's a difference.
So what's the difference?
Expressing your feelings is telling me how you feel. Complaining is like
telling
nagging. Or like, complain, just don't fucking complain. Complaining as a man. Because why are you complaining as a man?
Why would you ever?
Why would you ever?
Josh W, man. Good to see you on the chat, man. Salute to you. Salute. Natasha's can we complain about her only being able to see out of one eye? That's true. Go ahead, Hakeem, man. What's your take about,
I'm gonna be very quick about this. Me and you, Jordan, and Ronnie talked about this a couple months ago. Having a safe space for a man to talk. This is why we go cry to our homeboys. She's clearly an example. She's clearly the problem. Why we can't seem to come to talk to her, because she said, "Oh, I don't want no man." And then it's a false sense of reality, a false idea of how black men supposed to be, over masculine, that believes in the toxic masculinity, where we are just hard super thugs. We can't break down. We can't cry. We can't say, "Hey, I don't like that dress on you. I don't want you to go out there looking like that." Oh, you're complaining. But she's able to have the grace to complain, but there's no safe space. So this is why men tend to go seek that through other women who's allowing them that safe space. Wake up.
Yeah, you're right, Hakeem. We talked about this before, like what she said, it's just her for the men to speak up about, having problems, about complaining something that's going on in their life. I believe men and women should complain about stuff that's going on. You don't want to hold it in, but just to hear for her, I just don't like complaining men, because he has something in her mind of how the man's supposed to be. It's like her talking about, this is how men this is how men should be in general. There should be no complaining, like a robot or something like that. It don't work like that. When it comes to men, especially, a black man, there's always going to be obstacles that we got to face and everything. And, there are some times, we're going to complain about certain things not going well for us. It's being a human, it's being a human being. You know what I'm saying? You're going to complain about some stuff, especially as being a man, it could be, not getting the raise that you want, not getting the house that you want. It could be anything, it can set a tone on a man. And that's why Hakeem was right. We go to other men, speak about our problems and everything, and we feel comfortable. There are women out there too who don't mind to listen to a man with some problems and everything. They complain a little bit. The thing is, the thing is for her, it's just like, not complain about one little thing that's going to problem. You just got to shut up about it. That's not cool. You just kind of stressing the man out about, not expressing him, not just expressing your emotion, but also complain about something. Because there are some men, there are sometimes I want to complain about something about it. And after I complain, I feel better. And I drop it, I won't talk about it again. There's sometimes I do complain about certain things, but for her to say that, and they went viral like that, it's this whole man, it's like you say, see, they'll pull up see, that's why you women, this is why we won't open up to you women. Because you won't let us, complain about certain things when we want to complain about certain things. Simple. Jordan Herman said, I think Allah, I have a partner who won't make me feel embarrassed to speak freely. We need more adults women out there. Absolutely.
Praise be to him.
Joe Hurd spoken dearly, that's just him. When I hear her something like this, I just feel like, nah. If you be in a relationship with her, there's some stuff you got to shut up about. You can't complain about anything. So you basically got to shut up. Because you basically paint a picture of what type of man, not type of man, what a man should do or what they shouldn't do, period. And it's a double standard because we don't do women like that either. Because we know what's up, but hearing that from her, like I said, it just hurts us, especially as black men, say, hey, You can't complain now because women's saying this. You got a video that went viral because he said it. Oh, I can't see that chain. You got that? I just noticed the chain. Blinging. Look, hey, y'all, look at this chain. Look at this chain.
Listen.
See all that money he got?
No money. I just wanted to put a little bit of faith on because I'm trying to block. I'm trying to block the demons away from me. I'm trying to block the demon. Listen, the devil's hard at work today. The devil's hard at work today. When it hurts so bad. When it hurts so bad. They know who I'm talking about too.
Yes. Yeah. So man, blinking away, man. But yeah, I any final thoughts, man? You see what Ashton said? Plus what Ashton said.
He said Cuban on Cuban. I see you. No, this ain't a Cuban. I want a Cuban link. Ashton, I'm waiting for you to get rich so I can get the big link on. You gonna put the big? We're gonna put the big link on. You gonna put the big link on me. When he get rich, put the big link. I want the big link choker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I came back in the day, you know, I always wanted the necklace, the rings, and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. It's like, if we get the money, I don't know if I'll go back to that again. Because like I said, I just like, it's like, if I wear jewelry, I said, it's like, there's no value for me to buy any jewelry. But it might change though. But they have.
No, definitely.
But I say, you know, back in, you know, my early 20s and, you know, I was in high school and everything. Yeah, I had a necklace, I had earrings and everything. I always want to get an earring about this big on my ear, like Ellen Iverson and everything. Yeah.
I had the princess cuts back in the days.
Yeah.
Listen, I got my, like, if you can see, I got my ear pierced. I used to get my ear pierced.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only thing I got is my nose ring right here. If I get something, I'll make sure I'm gonna have it ain't gonna be big, but I'm gonna have a crispy diamond cut on my nose. That's the hard thing I can think of. I still forget I got a nose ring on me sometimes.
No, definitely.
That's what I might do. But yeah, I keep looking clean up in here, y'all. Clean.
I'm just trying, it's getting picked on so much.
All right, y'all, on to the next topic. And oh yeah, this is a good one. So we're gonna talk about self-proclaimed veneer tech. So what is a veneer tech? Veneer tech is nothing. So there are people who are this is crazy. So this is happening in Atlanta because a lot of people, you know, in our generation, they want veneers and everything. Make sure they got the clean cut, white pearly whites and everything. So there are scammers. They are building like so they what they do they look at videos of how to put veneers on, and they get like fake degrees, and they post themselves as veneer techs, which is not a thing whatsoever, and this is highly illegal. So you know they see that, you know, a lot of generation, they want veneers and everything, and they feel like they can make a quick buck. Say, hey, you know, they might post something on the internet, or you know, something online or something like that, or you know, post up around the city, say, hey, you know, I put veneers in for the low price, maybe $1,000. You know, some people might charge tens of thousands, but for me as a veneer tech, I'll just charge $1,000, and you know, they'll put something fake on there and make sure it's probably white. You know, post fake stuff and everything. Very interesting. But go ahead, Akeem. We do have a clip for you. After that, we're gonna chop it on up. Go ahead.
How you doing, Ms. Nelson?
Hey, Ms. Nelson, good to see you. Good to see you joining in. What's good, Ruthless? We see you.
What's good, Ruthless? True. When it hurts so bad. When it hurts so bad. Hold on.
Y'all are getting your veneers done by Veneer Tech with a certificate instead of a degree? What is a veneer tech?
All right, everybody, I'm here. I'm ready to go ahead and discuss the thing that you guys have been tagging me and bullying me about for the past week, saying, Bentis, talk about it. Bentis, talk about it. It's time to talk about this crazy veneer technician stuff. So apparently, if you guys didn't know, down in Atlanta, they decided they were going to make up their own technician called a veneer technician. And we already got lash techs, nails techs, every tech, you know, Botox techs, everything else. So they said, hey, might as well just throw dentistry into the mix. And so my homies down there went ahead and made a school where they're charging you like $6,000 to learn how to do veneers in 2 days, and then printing you out a Canva certificate and just putting your name on it and saying, hey, congrats. And then they are basically tricking other people into thinking that they're professionals to go get veneers at a cheaper price. Now, obviously, there is a slew of problems with this, as I'm sure you understand. One of which is it's highly illegal. Like, seriously, federally illegal to be impersonating a person of dental care. You know, basically a dental professional, a doctorate of dental study, a DDS, or a DMD. One of the two. If they're not that, they shouldn't be doing stuff on your teeth. Because newsflash, I don't know if I need to tell you this, but there's a lot of things that can go wrong with veneer tech stuff going on. I mean, I don't even know how do we get here? How did we get here in the United States of America? I'm so confused. We literally couldn't figure out free healthcare for so long, and now we're going to Backyard Brandy to go ahead and get our veneers and braces and everything else done. It's wild. It's honestly wild. I mean, obviously it's one thing if they're doing composite veneers over the top. There's still a lot of things that can go wrong with that, but please, I hope they're not taking off any tooth structure. I hope they're not polishing stuff. I hope they're thinking about your occlusion when they're putting these things on there, because they're big and bulky, and if you're doing it over the top, it can cause so many problems. And now you got this permanent glue that's stuck on your teeth, and if you don't like the look of it, how are you going to get it off? You going to take a Dremel to your tooth? I guarantee you're going to go to a dentist and they're going to say, you did not get this from us, because this looks like some Ruby Tuesday type stuff, and I don't like that. Not to mention, y'all are paying your good hard-earned money to get your teeth jacked up. That's even crazy. Do we use similar materials to a nail tech as far as glue and lights and Dremel tools? Yeah, I guess there could be a correlation there, but that does not mean that you should be doing this at any capacity. If you see one of these in your area, because it is very highly illegal, you need to contact the state dental board in that state. So in Atlanta, you contact the Georgia one. You go there and you say, hey, we have people impersonating dental professionals, doing dental work that they're not allowed to be doing, and then you let them know the location and the services, and they will swiftly take these guys down. Because it's crazy how many videos I've seen over the past couple days about veneer techs, and they're all over, man. It's like I don't know, it's crazy to me. And also the braces, I saw some people doing braces as well, which is even more dangerous in some aspects. Next thing you know, we're gonna have BBL techs coming in here just saying, hey, let me throw some shots in there and see what happens.
Yeah, King, scamming. They, like I said, people that know how to scam, they smart, so they jump into the veneer tech, which that's kind of crazy. Me, I would never get veneers, never. Don't need them unless I'm if I'm in my golden years, because that's when you're supposed to get them. That's the right age you should get them. But you see how our young generation, especially on influencer, they get them in their 20s. And the thing is, it's like once you get veneers in your 20s, you already did damage to your teeth already. It's damaging. It's long term. It's long-term damage and everything. And they like I said, a lot of people don't do is they cut down your teeth into little baby teeth looking teeth, and then they put them on and everything. Now you're going to a unprofessional that can really put danger on your teeth. And the thing is, it's like a lot of people don't know. It's like, if somebody do your teeth wrong and have a wide open like that, it's instant to get you, an infection, and it can go into your mouth, and it should go all the way to your heart and can kill you.
100%.
That's why I go to the dentist twice a month. My wife, she go 3 times. I go twice a year. My wife, she goes about 3 times a year. Teeth is important. I love my natural teeth. I would have nobody messing with my teeth. Because a lot of people with veneers, you're right, Aston Reeds, they do have these dumb baby teeth, baby shark teeth. Ugly ass teeth. Ugly. I don't know if y'all go to YouTube and see how they do veneers. It's crazy. But yeah, man, I won't be surprised, Hakeem, if we do some videos in the future of people is getting arrested because they're saying a separate claim of being a veneer tech, and they're person and they're professional. And like I said, it's happening in Atlanta too. It's happening in Atlanta. Atlanta, they like to work for a lot of fake stuff. And I'm not talking about chains and stuff. I like to talk about the other stuff as well. Shout out to Genesis. Miss Detroit's in the building. What up, though? Shout out to Genesis.
Good Genesis.
Yeah, man. What's your take on this, Hakeem?
I'm gonna say this. If you can't afford it, just don't do it. Save your money. That's all really I could tell you. A lot of us try to live out our means, and that's the biggest issue of black people. Stems to confidence and insecurities. Trying to please people. Sometimes you gotta love what God give you, and if you're able to afford to do it, do it. If you can't, what can you do? Understand your circumstances that you're in. People want to. Oh, another good thing too. Kendall say your bloodstream. You can get infected in your bloodstream and die quick.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can't afford it, don't do it, because you could die. And listen, there's so many examples on the internet. There's so many examples on the internet where people are dying from taking the back door instead of saving their pennies, doing it the right way. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That's all I gotta say on that.
And also, going to different countries to get it done too.
Oh my God.
Shoot, because you can see a lot of people go out these countries get veneers done too for a cheaper price. Which some of them they practice they practice the profession, but like the dude said, they seen a rise of people are being veneer techs, which is not really a profession once in a while. You got people they gonna try to mess up your teeth, and after that you're done. And either they gonna mess it up and they gonna leave an open wound. And the thing is, it's like, oh, I'm gonna say this too. Make sure you have insurance and everything, because sometimes insurance, there are not all, but some insurance they'll probably pay 50% or 20% of trying to get them done too. So if you go to insurance, or you go to a dentist that does like I think oral surgery or do veneers, if you have insurance, there are some insurance that will pay a certain percentage and everything. But you got people, that have, they have no clue what's going on. They just want veneers. They don't do their research, and they trying to find the cheapest price they can do it. And they look at the pictures, and it might be fake pictures, and they go in there, and like I say, they don't get it, but exactly they don't look like what they're supposed to get, or something went wrong and everything. Man, yeah, man, we gotta watch out for these people, because you've seen the rise in Atlanta, so it might spread out. And like I said, at the end of the day, probably when we talk about in the future of somebody passed away or a few people got arrested for impersonating being a professional dentist, self-proclaimed veneer tech. This is crazy. Basically. All right, we're gonna go to our final topic of today. We're gonna talk about this was on Nightcap a couple nights ago, and this is on Chad. And Chad was talking about, going of dating, women with kids, and he talked about, good things about dating women with kids and everything, they had a little bit of structure and everything. And like I said, I never in my past I never dated women with kids. Hakeem, he dated women with kids, so he can barely address the details. But yeah, we're gonna play the clip of on Nightcap with Cheryl just think about dating women with kids. Go ahead, Hakeem.
When it hurts so bad.
You unless you got kids. You got to have one, maybe two, because for one, everybody eats for one. But I just like women that have kids. And somebody asked me on Instagram why they got to have kids, because women with kids have structure. They have discipline because they have kids, and women that don't have kids, they never have snacks in the pantry. I like to get up 3-4 in the morning and get a Capri Sun and steal some of the kids' snacks. And women that don't have kids don't never have no food, Unc. And you know what they always want to do?
Go out and eat.
With no kids, always want to go out to eat and give looks like it's a goddamn fashion show. This ain't no motherfucking fashion show. I'm hungry. 3 in the morning. Capri Sun. Do you know what Capri Sun tastes like at 3 in the morning after a session?
Nah, hopefully I'm sleeping at 3 a.m.
Now you ain't hear me.
After a session.
Do you know?
Yes,
man.
Ojo, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you something. I ain't trying to be funny. Please tell me you've had a honey bun in the microwave, warm it up for 12 seconds, nice and hot with a Capri Sun.
No, I ain't never had
a zebra cake.
Oh, I love them zebra cakes. Yeah, I have zebra cakes. I don't like to eat after one of them sessions. I just want something cool. Come heart beating real fast.
Yeah, okay. I understand. Well, for me, I purposely first time, and I can tell you a story because we family. I can tell you, I was dating a woman. She was about, I was probably 27 at the time, and she had kids. She was about 53. She was 53. I was 27, 20. Yeah, she was about 53. No, I stayed the night and whatever, and it was time to go. She woke me up 3 in the morning and say, baby, you got to go. You can't stay here. I say, what you mean? I say, you came here and you did your business and what you need to do. Now I'm gonna give you a snack and a Capri Sun, but you got to go. I'm like, wait a minute. Like
Yeah.
I did the walk of shame with food. At least she kicked me out with food. Now I felt bad, but at least she sent me home with something to eat and something on my stomach. Now, a single woman, no food, no nothing. I'm just talking about my experiences. They always want to go. They always want to go eat.
That's happened. That's
They,
happened.
they want to put that shit on. Yeah, what? This is a good conversation because I ain't dating you.
But there you go. The Mr. Chad Ocho Cinco talked about his experiences. I'll read a couple of the comments. One comment says, "Not all women with kids have structure." Mhm. Sincerely, a woman without kids. Let's see, Marie, another one. So, grown man wants to be treated like toddlers. Oh, she took that wrong. There is a truth to what he is saying. Women with kids do have structure, discipline, and understanding sacrifice. But go ahead, Al Hakeem. I know you have your experience today with kids and everything. So go ahead, brother man. What's your take?
I need to be careful when I say these things.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get it. I need to be careful. So he's speaking from an aspect. He's coming in and not having to provide anything. The way he was talking was like a Pookie and Ray Ray who goes to a girl house and she's allowed him to smash. He's eating the kids' snacks and stuff like that. So he's not giving nothing. So for a man who wants to come and serious about relationship, one thing you notice that the kids are always going to come before you. They don't talk about these aspects. Your needs come last when it's a woman who already have kids. She's not going to put you first. She's not going to make you the man of the house. You can't beat him. You can't slap him in the mouth. You can't tell him what to do. You know what I'm trying to say? These things they don't talk. You can pay for them. He got 14 kids himself and he need to have snacks on him. 100%, Ashton. But you can't beat them. You can't say nothing. You can pay for them. You can take care of them. And they don't have to invite you to their wedding or that most definitely. But here's the thing: if you get a good woman who understands and live by the Bible and want to put you first, and her kids has to understand that. And I'm not saying these things can't work, but the dynamic shift. A woman it's kind of hard for you to tell a woman to put a man before her kids. And she's been living with them for like 7 years. It's kind of hard for you to tell a woman you gonna feed you first before you feed your kids, even if you paying the bills. And a man is not going to understand that too. So there's always going to be a disconnect. A man's going to have to come and overcompensate. And he's going to have to take a back seat. Most men ain't going to do that. Especially, you know what I'm trying to say? Most men are not going to do that. Unless he already has kids himself. He understands the assignment. He knows what his position is. So that's why I say he's speaking from a man that doesn't have to provide anything for no kids. He says she has structure. He ain't talk about paying her bills, uplifting her, raising the kids, putting knowledge into them and anything. So I'm coming over there to get snacks. And you're speaking to a man who's dated women with kids, who understand that. I've done it for many years. And you know what I mean? And the reality of it, it's a real situation. It's a real situation. You the kids come before you, and the dog come before you.
Not the dog. Oh,
Yeah. Listen, the kids, the dog, and the mama come before you. I could say this because I know what I'm talking about. Unless you meet a woman who knows how to understand the balance and has to have a conversation with it. The only time a woman can put you in front is when her kids get older. Her kids is older. She got no problem to put you first to do this. The kids are out the house. She can start all over. If them kids in there and they're young, nah, you got to take a back seat.
yeah, King. That's why I never really like. For me, my opinion is like when I was, before I met my wife, I never wanted to date a woman. I mean, I say I never, but I prefer to date a woman without kids and everything because I always want. Wow, the dog.
You know what I'm talking about?
You see saying it? He's saying
Yeah.
it. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the person for me, my experiences, like I said, I always wanted to date a woman with no kids. I want to be I never want to be a stepfather to anybody's kids. I was pushed to, have a creative family of my own and everything. It just like for me, it never crossed my mind, me wanting to date a woman with kids and everything because, I saw this so much, living in Pontiac, born and raised, but I was like, this is not for me. So I always want to go out, find my own girl, have my own wife, which I did, and build family on my own, which is an easier option. And like I said, shout out to the man who are dating, and shout out to the man who are doing that. Dating a mother that has a couple kids and everything. I mean, some people have that preference, which is cool with me. You like I said, especially you have it out in your community. If you date, black to black, you raising your stepsons, to be better. Seeing a father figure or being a stepfather, taking that job seriously, which I definitely commend. I really definitely commend. But yeah, my experiences or what I've done, yeah, I just my mindset was to date or go out with a chick that has a kid or two. Like I said, I always wanted to create my own family, and that's it. When Ted Ochocinco was talking about his experiences, I didn't know about that. They'll give you some food before you go, so a couple of snacks. Say, hey, you gotta go. I got kids and everything. I did see instances of, man, they might stay there overnight. Because sometimes the woman they might be cool with you staying overnight and everything. But yeah.
Oh
yeah, like I said, I never had my experiences. Never dated a woman that had kids, and like I said, I'm locked down, so it will never happen.
Listen, and the funny thing is, that was a true statement where he said, "You dating a woman with kids, you gotta leave at 4 before the kids wake up."
Yeah.
You
like
gotta
that,
leave.
Who's this man?
Basically, you gotta leave. Like, so he's talking about a woman. He's talking about women who, since their situation a little bit messed up, they just got a fuck buddy. That's all that is. Until you get them pregnant, that's when you move your position is. So, like for me now, if I'm in a situation, I'm dating a woman with kids, I gotta be able to slap your kids in their mouth when they talk to me. I gotta be able to slap them in their mouth. And their last names gotta change. If they in the house living with me and I'm feeding them, their daddy's last name don't mean nothing no more.
I think my man should do that too. Change it.
Yeah.
If he gonna be in his family, his last name is gonna be my name.
Basically, and the amount of kids you gotta give me the same amount to make it even.
Right.
You got 2, you gotta drop 2.
Or if you want to keep it, or you want to keep the kid's last name, send him to his daddy house. Let him have custody.
Let him have it. Mm-hmm. Let him have it. If you want this life, you want this provider, this protector to love and cherish you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got if you got 2, you gotta give me 2, and your kid's last name gotta change. He said, no. He said, oh no, Prince, you going too far now. Hey, Ashton, you been in the casino, baby. I gamble. You been in them river boats? All or nothing. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Listen, you got you a soldier. I'm going to pay the rent. I'm going to pay to get your nails done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make sure you straight. They eat. And listen, on Christmases, the kids can come through. Unless if they want to be in the house with me, their last name gotta be mine. And they gotta learn my native language. This is how we doing it.
Oh.
Hey, listen, I'm going that far. You signing up for this regime, you got to get retrained, reeducated.
But it sounds like I can't. You're gonna make them be great people when they grow up. Somebody gonna be great people.
I know. Listen.
How I keep talking, I guarantee you, if you gonna do that, I promise you, the kids are gonna be good people.
Nah, definitely. I know Kiki, you probably said this nigga crazy, but listen, I don't mind raising. Listen, I don't mind raising. This just what you got to sign up for. Listen, I done helped raise the couple already. Hey, man. Listen, you got daughters, they got to wear long skirts in the house with me. Long skirts, no cleavage, no, they wearing long skirts. They Jewish now.
How long the skirt? I can't all the way to the ankles?
All the way to the ankles. Your daughter's wearing long skirts, no shorts, no nothing, none of that. No slumber parties. Yeah.
See what he said?
Listen, that's in the package. That's Mando. That's before we even get to that. Listen, you got to do. Listen, Genesis, you had to do that in the dating stage. You got to do that in the dating stage before I can listen. Before I even can accept them kids, you got to do that in the dating stage. I got to see you soak my foot and scrub it while I'm laying in your bed, and you say, "Let me take
you want a pedicure."
Yeah. By that time, listen. While they doing that, and I'm laying in her bed, I said, "Shit, I might just well accept them kids. Fuck it, I'm just gonna accept them kids." Yeah. Yeah, you got to do that in the dating stage, baby.
And you gonna buy the equipment? You gonna buy the massage, water massage thing, and all the clips and everything, nail clippers?
That price they have to endure. That's the only fee that they're gonna have to do. I'm gonna come in and just take care of the rest. Listen, why ain't no child support gonna be there if I change the last name? We together. We ain't going nowhere. I'm changing your. We together. There's no child support, and if she was to do, she's not gonna do that. We together. I'm here. Your daddy wasn't strong enough to be here with your mama. I'm here. We listen. At this age, this is till death do us part. By the time I'm done, they'll be outside the house. Ain't no such thing as child support.
She just said we teach your daughters to learn how to be toenail clippers.
I'm gonna teach them to cut their men's toenails. That's their mother's job. Only thing my daughters have to do is learn to serve me at the table and cook my food and stuff like that. If I have a couple daughters, they're gonna rotate cooking daddy's food. But I'm gonna make sure they cook and clean for their men and cut their men's toenails. Listen, Natasha. They got to do that in the dating stage. Listen, I'm not asking even for much. Listen, I wasn't asking for no freaky deaky stuff, no wild. You know those behind closed doors type freaky. I ain't even asking for that. I'm asking for clipped toenails, hot cooked food, hot towel on my face.
I feel like some women they'll probably choose that more than clipping toenails.
Oh, the freaky deaky stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I don't know. Yeah. We're not the same. We're not the same.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, man. But hey, man, great show today. Great show. I want to appreciate everybody coming in. It's almost about that 2-hour mark. We appreciate you guys. We want to send a couple of shout outs. Shout out to Genesis. Always coming in.
Genesis After Dark. Y'all had a crazy show the other day.
Yeah.
Genesis, your boy had a crazy show. I call him a war chief now. Simp Nation, war chief.
Shout out to Natasha. Yes. Shout out to Natasha Vincent. Shout out to Ashton. We see you. Remember, the after parties at Ashton's now. Ain't over yet.
Drop the link.
After we
Drop
done,
the link.
go to Ashton's live. He had the after party, man. After party. Shout out to Wahai. We appreciate you. Ken Dog. Shout out to Kiki. Appreciate it.
Your favorite Kiki. I love Kiki, man. I love Kiki.
Yeah, thank you for the support. Shout out to Ruthless Truth. Shout out to Miss Nelson. Shout out to Josh W. Who else we got? Shout out to Jodo Hurdum. He was in here. Shout out to Truth. Shout out to Maya Reed. Who else? Lawrence Jules. We see you. Shout out to Killer Swag. The voice of Venus. Go ahead.
Listen, Kiki. I had seen you on video. I say, boy, look at her. She look like a Southern belle. Like a Southern belle, like a debutante. I'm like, Lord Jesus. I was so shocked. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Genesis. Genesis, I am at the dog. You know, I go over there and I support the queen.
Yeah, I've been watching from the back, and I make sure I hit the like button. Shout out to Nidish. Who else I ain't forgetting anybody. I think that's shout out to It Is What It Is TV.
Yep, Hassan.
Bobby Bryant.
My brother from Iraq.
Yep. Anybody was watching on Instagram, Hakeem?
Man, I wasn't even checking. Listen, matter of fact, I can tell you real quick.
Okay.
Real quick.
But yeah, shout out to the kid. Shout out to Twitch. Shout out to the other.
Gotta eat.
Go ahead, my bad.
Gotta eat apparel. J-Boy33.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Instagram, the kid, to Twitch. We appreciate you guys. But like I said, it's about to end the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell on the right hand side. We always going live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6:00 p.m. Eastern time. And after that, make sure you guys show up to Esther Wee's channel, the after party. It's straight up the after party, buddy.
I'll be there, Ashton. I'm gonna drink a Red Bull, so I can
there you go.
You know, I'm
gonna try to make it. If I don't have any dad to do, Ashton, I'm gonna try to make it.
We'll try to make it.
But like I said, you guys, before we go, make sure you go to the community tab. We got a Chaos Culture Radio hats right here. We got a Chaos Culture Radio t-shirts. We got a Chaos Culture Radio coffee mug, as we always do. And we got Hakeem's book, the Book of Love.
Yeah.
Always coming in. Support, please. Support. But like I said, Ronnie, he will return. I think Ronnie should be landing out back in Miami. And he should be returning Wednesday for Open Panel Wednesdays. And we always got the show. Like I said, thanks again, guys. But that's on Chaos Culture Radio.
Yeah. And listen,
go ahead.
Genesis, let them know when you go live. I don't know what's your schedule. Because subscribe to Genesis After Dark. We don't know when she go live.
Subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe. But other than that,
we out.
We out.
Peace.